Snow dusted the porch when he found her. The lantern shook in his hand as its light fell across her torn coat and trembling breath. She tried to stand and failed, pride fighting pain until it broke in her eyes. He knelt, slow and careful, like a man afraid the world might shatter if he moved too fast. Her name left his mouth rough, scraped raw by fear. She whispered that it was nothing, that she could still work, still smile, but her hands wouldn't stop shaking. When he lifted her, she flinched, and something cold settled behind his ribs. The ranch had always been quiet, a place where the wind argued with fences and lost. Tonight it felt violated. He carried her inside, wrapped her wounds, listened to broken words spill out between gasps. Laughter. Boots. Men who thought strength meant cruelty. When she finally slept, exhausted into stillness, he sat beside the bed until dawn thinned the dark. The man who rose from that chair was not the one who had knelt on the porch. Love had drawn a line in the dirt. Someone had crossed it. He rode at first light. The horse knew the way, hoofs drumming a steady promise across frozen ground. The town woke slow, unaware it was about to remember an old truth. He didn't shout. He didn't hurry. His eyes carried the weight of the night, and people felt it before they saw him. At the saloon door, laughter leaked out like smoke. He stepped inside, silence following him in. Faces turned, smirks faltered. He named no names at first, just placed the truth on the table like a blade. A woman hurt, a ranch crossed, a debt unpaid. When one of them laughed, the sound ended fast. He didn't strike in anger, he struck in certainty. Chairs scraped, bottles shattered, courage evaporated. He moved with the calm of a man who had already decided the ending. Fists met him and failed. Words tried to bargain and broke. By the time the law arrived, the floor was quiet and the message clear. He left without a glance back, dust clinging to his coat, justice riding with him like a shadow. They followed him out past the last fence, thinking numbers would save them. The land opened wide, honest and unforgiving. He turned there, finally, the horizon burning in his eyes. "Go home," he said, giving mercy a chance to speak. It wasn't taken. The wind carried curses and fear, and then there was only movement, men realizing too late that resolve outweighs rage. He used the land, the dark, the lessons learned from years of survival. No needless harm, no cruelty, just consequence. One by one, they fell back, choices stripped away, bravado leaking into the dirt. When it ended, he stood alone under a sky that watched everything. He left them with bruises and memory, with warnings that would ache longer than bone. Revenge wasn't about blood, it was about balance. The land seemed to exhale as he rode away, as if it approved. He returned to the ranch as dusk softened the world. She was awake, propped against pillows, eyes searching. He didn't tell her everything. He didn't need to. She saw it in the way he set down his hat, in the steadiness of his hands, in the quiet that followed him like peace. He made soup. He fixed the broken latch. He stayed. Outside, the wind resumed its arguments with the fences, and inside, healing began its patient work. She reached for him, fingers warm, anchoring him back to who he was. He kissed her knuckles and promised nothing with words, only with presence. The night passed without fear. Somewhere beyond the hills, men would remember the cost of cruelty. Here, love reclaimed its ground, and justice rested at last.